to keep in contact with our guests and to tell them that they have to think more digital. It is necessary in this situation right now. I would say that the feedback from our guests was mostly positive. We have been prepared, so it was a good feeling. Great and proud.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Convies on Air, the podcast about the exciting world of leisure, technology, and, best of both worlds, technology in the leisure industry. Last episode, we talked to Ushi from the great and famous YouTuber duo Ride Review. We talked about guest experiences at reopened leisure venues, and together we reflected on what differences visitors have to expect, how lower capacity balances out the extra duration of operational procedures, and we loved about the positives of keeping the distance from other visitors, and concluded how important leisure time and this industry is not only to us, but the entire social system. If you haven't listened to our conversation yet, skip back to episode number 6 and make sure you listen in. Although Oshi gave us a very differentiated view by trying to understand the venue's perspective as well, our main insights regarded the visitor's experience. Now, we want to focus on the venue standpoint within all this. We want to bring to you their perspectives so you can understand and learn from why and how venues think, feel, and act on the changes they had to initiate. And again, what would be better than talking to them directly? This is why we invited Dijamant Neziraj, marketing, sales, and PR manager at the Fort Fun Abenteuerland in Germany. With over 40 adventurous and exciting attractions, this Wild West amusement park definitely guarantees a fun day out for the entire family. The partnership between Fort Fun and Convies started around the time 2019 kicked off, so we have seen each other's developments and also evolved and worked through the past months side by side. So today, Dijamant will go with us through Fort Fun's past months of tackling new challenges and also seizing new opportunities, of course. And I believe he will give us an insight into the current state of Fort Fun and will have a quick look with us on what the future might have to offer. As we are very excited to have the opportunity for a chat today, welcome to Convies on Air, Dijamant.
Hi, Vanessa. Nice to meet you.
It's really nice you are here today. As you've already heard, I have already introduced yourself a little bit, but please go ahead and tell us about yourself and your work at Fort Fun.
Of course. Thank you at first for the chance to have this podcast with you. And to introduce myself, my name is Dijamant Neziraj. I'm the new marketing manager of Fort Fun. I have been working at Fort Fun since 2008. So I'm very familiar with Fort Fun and the whole working process here.
So then you are like an industry expert. You have most likely faced many situations. But what we have seen and what we have been facing in the last couple of months is something no one could have ever anticipated, I think. So can we look together at the past couple of months of Fort Fun? Could you give us a quick overview or a comparison of how Fort Fun and its operations have been before and after Corona?
Of course, I can. I would say in 2019 it was a good season for us, around 300,000 guests per season here. But this time I think it's a new situation for all of us. And I would say last season we started working with Convies and we had around 23% of our online sales. So with an aim to get the guests more to buy online, which helps us to organize our operations in the park much better. And that in this season, it's Corona time, but it's much better for the operation in the park, I would say, because the guests book more online tickets.
Yeah, I think this is indeed one of the main changes the current situation has brought to leisure venues of all kinds. So do you think this was your biggest challenge?
I think the biggest challenge for us was to create a good mix of cost reduction and investment. So, okay, in Corona time, we knew that we can't open at the 4th of April. as planned, and so that was a big challenge how to handle this situation right now. And so we had to be ready for a quick opening, to create a plan how it will work in a few months or weeks, and further we had to plan how we can stay in the mind of the guests still if we are closed. And I think these are the important points of to focus on or handle them. Yeah.
And how did you manage to stay in contact with your visitors when the park was closed? How did you ensure to not lose touch with them? Because your fans, you don't want to become obsolete in their minds, right? So you wanted to send a message that you're still there and you will be back soon. How did you do that?
So we had to change our wording in social media, of course, and to get more in touch with our guests, and to keep more time with them on social media, and tell them, hey, we are still here and we will be here for you, even in the future or in the next month. So we was still in contact with our guests, and that was pretty. It was a good feeling.
Yeah, I saw that, of course, on social media, as we follow you, that you had some super fun and interactive draws and also specials going on with your fans. So that is something that was and is super key. Would you say that that was social media in this case was your most helpful tool and practice throughout this time?
I think one of our tools at first, our strong staff to keep the contact to our guests. Or it still is a difficult situation for all of us, and we don't lose our optimism in this situation in the team. And so we created, for example, our drive-in cinema here right at Fort Fun. That was a project we realized within, I think, 48 hours here in Fort Fun, and that shows that the team don't lose the optimism, and that they wanted to fight in this situation, and to create something for our guests. It was pretty good to do that.
Yeah, you were optimistic, creative, and it seems like you made well informed decisions really quick. And I think that is kind of a success mix that helped you move forward as well as you did. So, as you have mentioned before, you already sold tickets through us online before Corona happened, but the way and the focus on how you did this was different compared to right now, right? Because yeah, can you recap with us what you had to change about the way you sell tickets?
Yeah, yes, of course. So in this actual situation, we don't have no other chances to only sell online tickets. So we don't change too much as maybe the wording, and to keep in contact with our guests and to tell them that they have to think more digital. It is necessary in this situation right now.
And I think further, you also set time slots, arrival times, and you also sold undated tickets, right? You also had this nice, the 1st of April or April Fool's campaign, if I remember correctly. I think that was also the first time when the two of us got to work together.
That's correct. Yeah, we had a campaign that our guests could guess their pre-opening date. It was a really cool campaign, and that was so funny to see how the guests feel or guess when will be the pre-opening or the reopening of Fort Fun, and how optimism they are. Much more than we went in this situation.
Yeah, I think they were just so excited to come back. And I think you were indeed one of the first parks to open up after the lockdown period. So, how was it to be one of the first? How was the feeling on the reopening day?
Great and proud. It was a really good feeling, as we decided here in the team, okay, now we can open the park, or it is allowed to open the leisure parks. And we were sitting here in the team, and had a meeting. Okay, now we are allowed. we will start in a few days. And that was great. Great. It was a really great feeling here in the team, that we can start, and so we have been prepared. So it was a good feeling. Great and proud.
I believe that is justified because everyone was looking forward to it, and finally the day was there, you know? When the day was there on the reopening and you all were excited, how did you receive the visitors' feedback?
I would say that the feedback from our guests was mostly positive. Of course, there's a new challenge for our guests too in this situation, and they have to learn how to handle this situation, and we too. But I would say it was mostly positive. There are still guests, or a small percentage that they give us some advices how we can make something better, and that is right, because we have been the one of the first park who opened, or who started the season. So there's every time you can make something better. But we are happy with them, with the feedback.
Yeah, I also think it's a good sign because involved people mean people who care.
Of course, they see this situation with another eyes, I would say, and they want to help.
Oh, I believe the quality just declined a lot, but I didn't want to break this up. I didn't want to interrupt you. Let's just move on anyway because, yeah, I don't want to ruin this.
So one of the first days, a small child comes to Fort Fun with his family and go to the ground and kiss the ground and was so happy to get to visit Fort Fun. And they told us, hey, yeah, Fort Fun, you are doing a great job for us. Thank you for that. And that is the best feeling you can get from a guest.
Yes, it's the reason why you do what you do, right?
That's right, correctly.
It's really beautiful. It got me touched as well. So having
this child touched me too.
I can imagine. So having this in mind, this experience, knowing that right now the situation will evolve, it will not stay the same, and maybe for a while, but on the long term, things will most likely change again. What are your thoughts and feelings about the future?
Well, I'm very optimistic about the future. We have learned a lot from this current situation, from the corona, and it is important for us to keep still in touch with our guests. I think that is the most important, and don't forget that with our guests, there is no fun in the leisure park. I would say that we just can be stronger together with the guests. Otherwise, I would say after a crisis, there will be good times too. And also, for me, this is the first season as a manager here for Fun, and I think there will be a good time after this crisis.
I think this is a great outlook into the future and just the right one for this industry. I think we've gone over quite a bit today. It was really amazing to go over your journey with you, Dijamant. It was a successful one, but also a learning journey. So it was great to see how you mastered the rough waters and are looking into the future. Thank you very much for all the insight you have given to us. It was great having you. Thank you too. Thank you for your time. And at least I just want to say that this could be possible to open for fun with our partner Convies, to keep this crowd control, or to install this crowd control for fun. And I don't say this because we are now making this podcast, but it was only possible with the help of Convies, and that they make this possible, that we have been one of the first parks to start in the season. It was a great work together. Thank you. Thank you so much. I think for my colleagues, it will be so rewarding to listen to this, and they will feel amazing because for us, of course, it also has been a ride. And we are also just trying our best to support our partners and the industry where we can. But it is great to see that we are together, exactly like you just said, are stronger and able to let the industry come back and bring great experiences to the people in the end. Thank you, Dijamant. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Talk to you soon. And here we go again. We are at the end of another episode of Convies on Air. And as you know, my name is Vanessa, and it was great bringing to you how the Wild West venue Fort Fun in Germany has managed the past months with their positive mindset and quick reactions. If you like our show and you want to know more, check out convies.com or check our blog. We got a very comprehensive free ebook with basic to advanced tips and tricks on how to make your reopening successful. And we got much more content that will help you navigate through challenges and optimize your venue's operations. Get all your industry insights and exclusive materials on the blog.convies.com. This was Convies on Air. Have a great day, and please join us next time.